All right, you guys. Salute everybody tapping on in. Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come back in here, man. I want to tell y'all something, man. I found it very disturbing this afternoon to see all the cap that's been going on the internet. And I'm going to tell you something. It hurts to see this, but to see the black brothers throwing their life away and to see all of the excuses made, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. And somebody got to tell the truth. It shows you why so many of our brothers are gone and lost to the prison system. It shows you why so many of our brothers are gone and lost to the prison system. Big Tigger is going to prison for at least 3 years. He's facing up to 21 years in prison. And I'm going to show y'all what's going on. He's got a minimum in the state of Georgia of 3 years. You literally have people that's running around YouTube saying, "Oh, I don't think that was an assault." Are you out of your mind? In the state of Georgia, you cannot physically, and then people, this is why we have, and this is a teachable moment, because more information has come out now, and I want to break that information to you guys. And this is crazy because they have been trying to demonize this lady who this is all surrounding, this man's wife. It's funny how y'all trying to demonize his wife, but he married that woman. That's the woman he decided to marry. But you guys are on the internet, and this is what y'all do. These internet people, they play these internet games. That's why I told y'all in my community post, I don't come on here to please nobody else on YouTube. I don't. I had somebody come in the comment section earlier running a rabbit ass mouth talking about something. I'm not here to please nobody on YouTube, right? I'm not here to get no applause from no other content creators on YouTube. I do me. I say what I feel. I stand on business because you know why? I'm personally tired of seeing black men go to prison. And with this dumb mentality that a lot of these people have, this is the reason why a lot of our brothers going to prison. Because you guys are condoning foolishness that's against the law. And if you don't know the law and they take your advice, they're going to prison. Big Tigger is facing a lot of time in prison. Right? And I'm trying to tell you guys, you need to teach the young fellas. This is not what not to do in order to keep yourself out of trouble. This is the reason why Dwayne Wade's son is now facing 10 years in prison in Cali. Right? Because these dudes cannot control themselves. And you got a whole bunch of the black community, and it's a shame that we can't even stand on business and be honest about this shit. Nah, we gotta push the blame, cover shit up and act like we don't see this. Meanwhile, these dudes go to prison and then we scream out, "Oh, the system's fucked up." No, these dudes don't know the law. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. Men, keep your hands off women. Women, keep your hands off men. And everything going to be okay. You have literal people saying, "Oh, I don't think that's domestic violence. He was just trying to get her out this house." Don't you know that if you're married, it's your house, fool? See, that's the problem. A lot of people, let's start right there before I even get into this video. It is the mentality of these people out here. You had a lot of people coming on, "Oh, Ticket. What she doing is he just tried to remove her from the." You cannot remove your wife physically from your house. That is your wife. Don't you know the law says that both of you have equal rights in that house? Why? Because that is your wife. What is wrong with some of you people? And this is the mentality that's getting all these people put in prison. But I'm going to shock y'all with what has been revealed tonight. I'm going to shock every last one of y'all on what has been revealed tonight. Because this woman, according to the reports, she was not trying to snitch on this man. She was not trying to snitch. You know what happened? And I'm going to say this again. I want to say this to everybody that's listening to this video, because you're about to hear some details you didn't hear so far. You know what happened? You know what they're reporting that happened? So after this, let's just go to after she got her eye busted open, after the incident happened. He took her to the hospital, right? When he took her to the hospital and they were reportedly asking her what happened, she wouldn't even speak. She wouldn't give a statement. The hospital, when they saw her injuries, the hospital called the cops on this nigga. See, people don't even know what the hell they talking about. The hospital saw the injuries and they called the police. When the police came, and I'm going to detail all this for you tonight. When the cops came, she refused to talk to them. Only he spoke. She refused to say a word according to the police reports. When they first went, when they was called to the hospital. Because, you know, sometimes, like for example, if you go to the hospital, you have a gunshot wound, they're going to call the cops. They're going to call the cops. They're going to say, hey, man, we got a guy with a gunshot wound here. Y'all got to come here. When you see something like that, and they specialize in knowing what type of incidents of domestic violence, this, that, or the third. When they saw them wounds on that girl, what do you think they was going to do at that hospital? They called the cops. Everybody trying to make it seem like she tried to throw him under the bus. He had to take her over there, or she was going to probably bleed out. And you got all these people in here running their mouth on YouTube, just acting a fool. The black community disappoints me to see my brothers and sisters acting like this. It's disgusting. You had 1,000 people making excuses. Oh, Tigger, well, he was just trying to remove her from the... Are you out your damn mind? I don't think that's assault. And that's why your ass will be in prison right beside him. Because you buffoons don't know the law. And to the person who said it's not true, the post came after that. I got the police report and everything. Be quiet, Nunya. Bzz. Be quiet. Silence. I got the report. Silence. All that came afterwards. When she went online, this was afterwards. Silence. And y'all ask me, Tigger, why you be yelling at these people? Because it ain't common to have common sense no more. It ain't common to have common sense no more. Black folk don't want to listen to this. They don't want to listen to this. I'm giving you the coolest, cold, hard facts, and they don't want to listen to this. They don't want to listen to this. They don't want to listen to it. It is insane. The type of stuff that's going on, man, it breaks my spirit to see that a lack of knowledge and understanding destroys our people every single day. And somebody got to come out here and say the truth and stick their chest out when they doing that shit. It's disgusting. So let's go to the breakdown. Right? Right? Because the truth is, right? And we'll talk about this, right? There was 2 different situations that allegedly happened that day, right? 2 different situations. The first situation is it allegedly happened in the bedroom. And the second one happened in that basement office. Now, in the video you guys saw in that basement office, that was the alleged second part of that incident. The first part was in the alleged bedroom. Now, to everybody saying, oh, Ticket, but she was trying to steal his stuff. No. When that video cut on, let's talk about that real quick. When the video cut on, you guys, guess what happened when the video cut on? I'm talking about when we saw the Ring camera. Now, remember, the cops got the whole video. TMZ just played a part. When that Ring camera cut on, you know what you heard her saying to him? Go back and listen. She says to him, and I quote, she says, I'm bleeding. Not to him, but to somebody else it seems like was in that room sitting there. And she said, I'm bleeding. Take a picture. So she was already bleeding when she came into that room before that happened, according to her. Because she was like, hey, I'm bleeding. Take a picture of this. Take a picture. And then he goes over and grabs her. You know what? I could do y'all one solid. And I'll play that later on. And people are saying on the internet, oh, well, Ticket, man. But see, I ain't think that's assault. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why our people are locked up. I'm just going to tell y'all this. This is the reason why our people are in prison. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. Did y'all not read that right there on your screen? I have to educate and show our people. Do y'all not see this? Know your laws, ladies and gentlemen. Criminal charges, crimes against a person. Let's read right here so people can understand why Big Tigger is being arrested and facing 21 years in prison. Using physical force to handle, or displace a spouse falls under specific violations of official code of Georgia, right? Which is annotated. O, official. C, code. G, of Georgia. A, annotated, right? Look this up yourselves. 16-5-23. That's the law right there. See, I don't come in here and give y'all ifs, ands, buts, or candies and nuts. I give you the hardcore facts. And this is why he's facing 21 years in prison because of one decision. And guess what? They call it in Georgia assault. Here it is right here. Simple battery applies if you make intentional physical contact of an insulting or provoking nature with your spouse. Grabbing, which we saw him grab her in that video. Dragging, we saw him dragging her in that video. Or pushing them satisfies this statute, even if no marks are left on her. That's on tape. Let's forget everything else. That's on tape. His minimum is 3 years. That nigga going to prison just off this. I'm finna show y'all this. See, I'm finna show y'all the truth. Because it's going to set you and keep your ass free and keep these brothers out of prison so when they know the law. So next time when you're presented with a situation where if you feel like it's that bad with the chick, you take your ass outside and walk away. And you call the cops. You call the cops. Here it is right here. And you save your freedom and your money. OCGA 16523.1, right? These are all the different levels of this, right? Right? You see what I'm saying? This is family violence battery. It applies if physical contact, meaning grabbing, dragging, pushing, all these things, causes visible bodily harm, which we saw in that girl, or substantial physical pain, which we saw in that girl. That's not even a question. Because the victim is a spouse, the charge is automatically elevated to a family offense, carrying harsher penalties. This is why he got up to 21 years in prison. I'm finna show y'all this right now, right? I'm finna show y'all this right now. The last one, we ain't even got to talk about that, but I'm going to tell y'all that just for shits and giggles. And that is unlawful restraint. That is OCGA 16541. If you physically trap your spouse in a room, see, I'm going to tell y'all this. This is a Georgia state law. You're going to prison, fellas. Just leave it alone and walk away and call the cops, man. I'm telling y'all this. They don't want to tell y'all this. They want to give y'all excuses that's going to send your ass to prison. Then when you in prison, they're going to be talking about, oh, he was done unfair, when y'all don't even know the law. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, man. Y'all don't want to hear nobody tell y'all the truth. Y'all stuck in the foolishness, man. If you physically trap your spouse in a room, block the doorway, or hold them down to prevent them from moving freely, you can be charged with that felony, unlawful restraint. Are y'all not hearing me? So if you pull her, push her, force her to do anything, felony, right? If you restrain her, felony. If you cause her to have injuries, felony. You're going to prison. Let me show y'all some more. Because the truth is always going to set you free. And people got to say this because they're lying to people and telling y'all, oh, ain't nothing, man. Can see, I'm telling you, man, shut up. Y'all are the reason why we got a prison full of brothers. Because y'all ain't out here telling people the truth, which is walk away from this. Number 2, look at this, y'all. The Georgia Family Violence Act. This act ties the criminal behaviors listed above directly to domestic and household relationships. It establishes that any battery, assault, or unlawful restraint between past or present spouses constitutes, quote unquote, family violence. This statute gives the judges immediate power to issue temporary protective orders. That's what they did on Big Tigger. And to evict. Remember people saying, how he get kicked out of his own house? Because he fell under the Family Violence Act. That gave the judge the immediate power to kick that nigga out of his own house. So not only did he get kicked out of his own house, the judge told him, you can't even touch your own security system. And that's how they got that video on his ass. And imagine how many other videos they got that they ain't even talked about in that house. That house was wired with Ring cameras, according to the reports. We gonna get to that, though, just a second. Civil property rights. Divorce housing law. The Georgia courts have repeatedly ruled against self-help evictions. Under Georgia law, both spouses hold equal right to operate. Let me repeat this again. So when all you bozos was running around here in the comment section earlier, oh, Tigger, man, but he was just trying to remove her from his house. Man, fool. When you're married, it ain't his or hers. It's yours. Repeat that after me, because you might be married, and you might not know the law, and you might be in Georgia, and you might do something crazy and end up in prison for 20 years because you don't know the law. Let me repeat myself again. In the great state of Georgia, Decatur where it's greater, baby, courts have repeatedly ruled against self-help evictions. Under Georgia law, both spouses hold an equal right to occupy the marital residence. This right remains true regardless of whose name is on the deed, mortgage, or lease agreement. You know what that means? This is for everybody who's uneducated and didn't make it out of middle school or high school. That means even if you own the house, you cannot physically evict or remove your spouse from that residence. Let me say that again. If you do, you go into prison. You go into prison. And this is why Big Tigger's going to lose everything. And it's sad. It really is. Because I like Big Tigger growing up. But see, I'm going to tell you something. And this is why he should have never spoke. Because he came out and said nothing happened. And then TMZ dropped the video 24 hours later. And I'm finna show y'all. Because y'all know I got some more stuff. And I try and tell y'all this, and people don't even understand. They don't even know the law. People just come on YouTube just talking and don't even know the law. And they ain't helping nobody. They saying stupid stuff and ain't even helping the next person by educating them on what the laws say. That way, you can practice what we call restraint. And not lose everything and go to prison for... Big Tigger's 50 years old. If they hit this nigga with a 20-year bid, he done. Big Tigger might F around and get more time than Diddy. What you talking about, Ticket? I'm talking about this right here on your screen. Big Tigger's charges in Georgia. Aggravated felony, battery, felony. Maximum prison time, 20 years. The minimum, mandatory minimum for this shit with Big Tigger is 3 years. And they got video? They got video? He going to prison. He going to, for at least 3 years, he going to prison. He got a max 20 years, or 21 years when you count the other charge. So with that video, with her injuries and things like that, man, they might hit that nigga with 15. And y'all sitting over here on YouTube, I don't think that was, are you out your mind? And this is why I be telling people, the law, under Georgia law, and this is why I be giving y'all the law and the code. Y'all go look the codes up yourself. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. Georgia Code 16524. Standard aggravated battery comes with a penalty of 1 to 20 years. However, because, listen now, this is when you get married in Georgia. However, because the offense was allegedly committed against a spouse, the Georgia Family Violence Act upgrades the penalty, requiring a mandatory minimum of 3 years in state prison up to a 20-year maximum just off that one charge. This is why I told y'all, and all these buffoons running around here on the internet, oh, I don't think that was assault. I don't think that was assault. He go to prison. What you gonna say? Because y'all out here telling stupidity, man. And y'all ain't helping these brothers out, man. Lying to them, giving excuses. If y'all really was trying to save him, y'all tell him the truth. 2 words, walk away, bro. Walk away, man. Save your life, man. Save your money, man. Now this man gonna lose he gonna lose the marriage. He gonna lose his freedom. He gonna lose his job, and she gonna clean his clock in court. She got an easy case. She got an easy case. And all y'all gonna be doing is sitting up here talking about, oh, well, what she did. Man, be quiet, man. That's on tape, bro. That charge, he got a mandatory minimum of 3 years, and he can face in 20 years. The other one, he's facing a year. 21 years total. And the fact that he came out and told the cops, oh, he ain't do it, this, that, the third, bro, he going to have to change his, after that video, he's going to have to take a plea deal. He's going to at least do 3 years. So let's say they give him 8 years. He's done. As far as his work job, he gonna sit down for at least 6. And if he get a jury that say, oh, look at her face, look at what you did to her, and if she go hard or she talk about other situations that she might allege that have happened, and she might have evidence or whatever like this, you never know, she bring witnesses in, man, they might hit that nigga with the whole slab, nigga. The whole meal. But y'all want to listen to me. I come over here and tell y'all the truth about this stuff. Y'all want to sit over here and kick the can and condone foolishness, man. Like and share, subscribe to the channel, man. I be saying stuff to save, brother. Y'all come in here and y'all be telling these lies and stuff like that. It's disgusting, man. It's all you gotta do is go know the law. Always know your laws. Now let's get into this next part, y'all, because this is very important. So I already showed y'all this, right? The video's out, right? The video's out, right? So I've already established to you guys that is assault. That's why he's been arrested by the cops. The video and the witness. Right? So let's get into further reports as well. Straight right down there in the A. Right down there, 11 Alive. Y'all already know if you down there in the A, you know what I'm talking about. You know what 11 Alive is. We ain't even got to talk. We ain't even got to say it. Right? So let's look at this right here because it says the warrant breaks down. Hold on, you guys, my bad. It says the warrant breaks down what led to Big Tigger's assault. Cruelty to bleep arrest. Right? The warrants state that a ring camera caught Big Tigger. That's what the warrant stated. So y'all should already know right there. They got this shit on ring cam. Oh, game over. They got the dude on ring cam. When this came out, y'all should have known it was over with. Right? He came out and denied all of this. The cop said, no, we got this shit on camera. He gonna lose everything. And that's why I tell all y'all brothers that's in the game that listen to me, bro. I swear I don't be trying to hate on niggas, man. I be trying to tell y'all niggas stuff because somebody got to say it, man. Everybody running around here kicking the can and making excuses for this shit. And guess what? Ain't number of black men going to prison behind this, bro. At some point in time, you got to be tired of seeing this. This is why I show this stuff on my channel. This is why I break it down like I break it down. Right? So it says that the warrants state, the warrants, not ticket, not nobody else, the warrants state that he was caught on the camera shoving his wife, which led to her fall head first into the door, causing a deep laceration over her left eye. But guess what? She already said she was hurt before that. It had already started allegedly in that bedroom. And it went down to the office room. Right? And the computer they said that she was trying to unplug, they're alleging that was both of theirs. Both of those people invested in that. And she was unplugging that. Why not let her just unplug it, man, and leave her, just let her be? Why do that? Just make it make sense. People on YouTube, y'all, I don't understand what's wrong with people on YouTube, bro. I tell y'all, they used to have a commercial. It was a dare commercial. It was like, hey, man, this is your brain. They used to have a fried egg. It said, this is your brain on trucks. Any questions? And I tell y'all, when I look around, I say this, a lot of people don't understand this stuff, man. It is unbelievable, bro. She was already, when the video started, she was saying, oh, I'm bleeding right now. Take a picture. She was saying that when the video started. People sitting up here acting like, that ain't not, bro, she was already telling him, hey, take this picture right here. I'm bleeding. Even after that, even after all that, she still wasn't trying to snitch on this nigga. She still wasn't trying to snitch on him because he took her to the hospital. After that happened right there, and guess what we didn't hear in that video? Oh, baby, you all right? My bad, baby. You all right? You all right? We ain't hear none of that. All you heard was boom, and that's it. And then the camera cut off. I'm telling y'all this. Smash the like button, y'all come on in here, man. They don't want to tell people the truth, bro. You got to tell the truth in this era we live in, bro. Because if not, everybody going to prison. Everybody, because you have to be able to control your emotions. This man going to prison. This ain't even a question whether he going to prison. He got a mandatory minimum of 3 years. Let's look down here, y'all, because it's very important. Let's look down here. Look at what it says. Arrest warrants obtained by 11 Alive, that's the Atlanta News, provide more insight on the arrest of Emmy Award-winning radio host Big Tigger. The media personality, whose real name is Darian Morgan, was arrested back on June the 20th and booked into the Fulton County Jail for aggravated assault and cruelty to children in the third degree. According to the warrants, the police officers met with Alicia Brown. Right? Listen now. Now, what y'all didn't know is she didn't say nothing at the hospital. When she went to the hospital, let me say this again. When she went to the hospital, she didn't say anything. All right? I'm finna tell y'all this again. When she went to the hospital, she reportedly didn't say a word. Because in the hospital, right? In the hospital, it's being reported that it was Big Tigger doing all the talking. Right? Listen now. Right? I want y'all to understand this. Because everybody trying to say, oh, well, she tried to bang. Man, bro, that's cap. That's cap. Right? See, the truth is that she was going to keep that shit silent until they called the cops. When they called the cops, game over. When they called them cops, I'm talking about the doctor's office. Remember, that happens. Then when her eye you have to go to the hospital. What happened to her eye? There's no question about that. You have to go to the hospital, right? That's a must, right? So basically, when you go there, right, to the hospital, once they seen her injuries, that's when they said, "Nah, we gotta call the cops," right? And this is exactly what is reportedly happened. Now, I'm gonna give y'all the whole backstory before I even get to this article and what's being alleged in this story, right? So, according to the arrest warrant, you guys, right? She confronted Big Tigger about the text messages he received from that female co-worker, whom she publicly identified as his co-host, the girl on the morning co-host, right? She claimed, this is what she claimed. This is after the doctors and all this other shit, right? She claimed that Big Tigger began filming her, right? Now, this is alleged in the bedroom, where he began filming her and calling her a psycho. Now, she claims that she grabbed his phone, according to the reports, and he tackled her onto the phone to retrieve that, bruising her hip, right? Then she stated that she went down to the in-home office to unplug a computer. She alleged that Big Tigger grabbed her by her arms and forcefully shoved her, causing her to fall head first into that door. That resulted in the deep facial laceration that required the hospital treatment and stitches, right? She then later, in court filings, alleged that Big Tigger pressured her to deny the incident and that he threatened her that she would lose everything if she spoke out. And she alleged that he revoked her access to the home's gate controls and Ring cameras. Right? So she initially went online and posted and then later deleted videos and photos on social media showing those injuries, explicitly telling the followers when they asked her, what the hell is going on with you? She said, ask my husband why my face happened. Right? However, after the details of the police investigation emerged, she issued a statement to the media asserting that, I want to be clear. I've never called my husband an abuser. Social media has drawn its own conclusions. This is why people thought, oh, she delusional. Ain't nothing happened to her. This is before the video came out now. Before the video came out, right? The video comes out, and now everything changes because the cops did the investigation. And based on the police statement, Big Tigger was arrested on June the 20th and booked into the Fulton County Jail on those charges I already told y'all, right? And police noted, because the police went that day. So when Big Tigger allegedly came out and was like, "No, I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing wrong," the police already knew that it was captured on the home's Ring camera system, right? It was captured on the home Ring camera system. This is what sparked that Fulton Court County judge to grant the wife, Alicia Brown, that temporary protective order I told y'all about. And that is what kicked Big Tigger out of his house, and they ordered him to stay 200 yards away from her and the children. Surrender, and they forced him to surrender access to those home security cameras. And to allow Alicia Brown temporary custody over those youngins and use of the family home. So he was kicked out of his own home because of this. But that's the law in Georgia, right? Now, he issued a formal statement. Don't this remind y'all of Diddy? That shit reminds you 1,000% of Diddy. That nigga issued a statement and said, hey, nigga, I ain't do nothing wrong. Remember that statement right there on your screen? This is 100% false, man. You know, this is not true. Then the tape came out. The tape changed everything. And this is why I be telling dudes, we live in 2026, bro. It's cameras everywhere, my nigga. Bro, it's cameras everywhere. Bro, listen, let me tell you something. If you get into an argument or discussion or something with your wife, your girlfriend or something, in the front yard, nigga, you can mess around and go to prison. You know why? Because your neighbors got cameras. The neighbors got cameras facing outside now. Ring cameras. Bro, you getting caught everywhere, bro. This is the thing, people. This man got caught with his own goddamn cameras. That's why I don't understand how you come out public and this shit is on tape. Did he forget it was on tape? Now it makes sense. Because the police report said, now peep now, you have to think about everything. The police report said that the camera system was installed in the home. So this just wasn't just one room. Apparently they got the Ring cameras installed. They got a system installed in their whole home. I'm going to ask y'all a question. Does it make sense now maybe to why she might have been unplugging that computer? See, once again, you have to think. Why would she go down to the office, say she was bleeding, when he came down there, take a picture of me, but trying to unplug that computer system? And you know what it looked like was in Big Tigger's hand down there in that room? I can't say it. Was it a DVR? See, you have to ask yourself, because all these, like I said, buffoons was running around on the internet saying, hey, why is she trying to take, if there's evidence allegedly on the computer system, don't you think she went right to the spot, which was in the office, to try to grab it up so she had evidence of the things she was saying if they got a Ring home security camera system? Think about what I just said. This is before she got pushed into that door. She had already, if you go back and listen to the video, as soon as the video started, this is before even that incident, she claims that something had already happened upstairs. So when that video starts, she was like, I'm bleeding, take the picture. You take a picture, I'm bleeding, take that picture. That's what she's saying as the video starts. And then it went to where she was unplugging that computer allegedly. Tigger had something in his hand. I couldn't tell if it was a DVR, a hard drive, or what it was. But when she went for that computer, that's when he grabbed her and wouldn't let go. She was screaming for him to let go. See, when all this shit come out in court, it's going to get disgusting, man. I'm just telling y'all, what I thought maybe could have happened in that little camera incident, because she said that. If you listen, before they even got to the physical situation in the office, she said when the camera started, I'm bleeding. That means something had already happened, allegedly. Take a picture. He said something to her. He looked like he grabbed something off the table, and she turns like she's trying to unplug that system. Right? Once again, this all happened on May the 9th, allegedly. This is what the police report is saying, right? Where they began arguing in the bedroom over those text messages. So this all allegedly started over those text messages, right? And she said that he tackled her to the floor in the bedroom. What makes you think that they're not going to believe that now if she goes before a jury after they already seen the tape? Now, she said that caused a minor injury to her hip. It bruised her hip when he allegedly tackled her to the floor in the bedroom, right? Then she got up after the bedroom struggle, according to the police report, and went downstairs to that basement office. And she allegedly told him, and I quote, according to the police report, because remember, the police got the full camera. But according to that police report, she allegedly told him, and I quote, I will show you, psycho. And as she said that, according to the police report, she began unplugging that computer equipment. And the report says that Big Tigger reportedly followed her, grabbed her arms from behind to stop her, and shoved her. And that caused her to fall head first into the office door, resulting in that injury to her. Right? Right? Apparently, she allegedly, according to the reports, when that video camera started, was yelling to the youngin' to take a picture of her injuries. Now, this is before we saw what happened in the grabbing. Because if you start that video, she says at the start of that video, hey, when he comes in, she's already saying, yo, take a picture of my face, I'm bleeding. Go listen to the very beginning. You'll hear it clear as day. Then, right, it says that their youngin' was in the immediate area witnessing this situation. Right? That's what the reports are saying, the police reports. Right? And it says that in the police report, in the Ring camera footage, she could be heard yelling and telling the youngin' to take a picture to document whatever scuffle had happened and the injuries allegedly had been sustained before we even get to the basement. Peep game now. Peep game now. Peep game now. Right? Now. Right? And that's why you had that third degree cruelty charge on Tigger. Right? Then, as I told y'all, all the other stuff came into play. And that's where I took y'all right here to the. So when everybody was talking about that camera, or not the camera, the computer, you have to ask yourself, there's a Ring home camera system involved. Why would she be going for that computer? Why would she be unplugging that computer? That's $1 million question. Right? Why would she be unplugging it? Was she trying to take that with her as evidence? Who knows? We won't know until they go to court. Right? If it goes to court, I think he might end up taking a plea deal after this tape. It says, according to the warrants, officers met with her, right, at the Sandy Springs headquarters on the morning of June the 9th. Remember, this happened in May. So this is why I'm telling y'all. Everybody keep thinking, oh, well, she immediately went and told. Bro, she didn't say a damn word. It was the goddamn hospital that called the cops because of her injuries. And when they came, she still didn't say nothing. That's why it took them so long to arrest him. Right? And she told the cops that he threatened her the whole time. It says, according to the warrants, officers met with her, Alicia Brown, who's married to Big Tigger, at the Sandy Springs Police Headquarters on the morning of June the 9th. That's a month later. So this is not the same day she met with them. This is a month later after that alleged incident happened. Brown gave a written statement about an incident that occurred on the night of May the 9th. This is why everybody got to just, bro, you don't listen to foolishness on the internet. You get all the facts and try to put it together as best as you can. Right? So it says that she gave a written statement about the incident that occurred on May the 9th, where she said that her and the radio host got into an argument in the bedroom about the text messages between him and the woman she worked with. And this is another thing. That shit gonna come out in court. Those text messages are very pertinent. So, old girl from the radio station, man, shit. She might be shitting bricks if it's anything that went bad. Now, nobody knows. Maybe she told the truth. Maybe nothing happened between them. But those text messages definitely coming out in court if he don't take a plea deal. They coming out in court. That's a thought. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that's coming out in court. Right? Now let's keep going. It says that she gave a written statement about an incident that occurred on the night of May the 9th, where she said the radio host got into an argument. Her and Big Tigger got into an argument in their bedroom about the text messages between him and the woman he worked with. She said she told the police that the text messages exchange happened at least 2 weeks prior, according to the warrant. And during that argument, he called her a psycho. When she asked him about the text, he told her that the messages were old and that he had deleted others so she couldn't see them. So she said that he told her, hey, those messages are old, and that he deleted other messages so that she could not see those messages. The warrant states that Big Tigger began recording his wife on his cell phone during the argument, and she asked him to stop and grab the phone. Alicia Brown claims that's when he tackled her to the floor and took his phone from her. According to the warrant, she received a small bruise on her hip from that tackle. She immediately got up, the document states, and went to an in-home office that the couple shared and told Big Tigger, I'm going to show you psycho. She told the police she began unplugging a computer because, according to her, she had helped them purchase the equipment for the two of them. The warrant states that while she was unplugging that computer, Big Tigger approached her from behind, grabbed her arms, and demanded that she stop. She responded by telling him at least 3 times to leave me alone, take your hands off me. And so the person said, this woman is crazy. Listen, I don't give a fuck what you say in the comment section, Mia Santos. It's on tape. The nigga's going to prison. You can say she's crazy as you want to say. He's on tape putting his hands on that woman. It's over with. That nigga's going to prison. He has a mandatory minimum. And you say you would too. You be in prison too. Right beside that nigga. He's got a mandatory minimum of 3 years. Mandatory minimum. He's going to prison. It's on tape. You're not beating that tape. I promise you probably take a plea bargain. If he goes to trial, Georgia law. Let's keep going. It says the warrant states that while she was unplugging the computer, Big Tigger approached her. And excuse me, ma'am, you say she has all this. Why wasn't the cops called? See, you guys, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all do on YouTube. You guys run with all this bullshit, but y'all never have no evidence to back up what you're saying. You're saying, oh, well, she has a missing child. Okay, where's the report at? Where's the police report? Where's the missing report? Where's it at? Don't you think the cops would have picked up on that? Miss Santos? Mia Santos? Don't you think? You say this is Fulton County. Watch, I'm from ATL. Okay, shouty. Okay, shouty. What you saying, shouty? Let it be known. You from the A, shouty. Let it be known then, shouty. What it do? What that supposed to mean? If you know the A, then you know one thing. He going to a prison near you. The warrant states, and look at this delusional girl said he'll get off. He's on camera, man. Nigga's going to prison. He got a mandatory 3 years. He going to prison. He's on camera. Talking about he'll get off. This is the delusion that goes on YouTube, y'all. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all about. It's something wrong with the mindset of our people in the world we live in. I tell y'all, a lack of knowledge and understanding is destroying our people every day, ladies and gentlemen. It's destroying our people every day. Every day. She coming here with 1,000 excuses. We ain't even talking about that. We talking about this case right here that's in the dockets. Talking about I live here. I don't give a damn where you live. I'll take you there. I'll take you there. I don't get that. Where you at? College Park? Decatur? Where you at? Waycross? Where you at, shawty? Peachtree? What it do? What that supposed to mean, shawty? So anyways, though, let's get back to it. It says, are you from zone 5, zone 6? Oh, you from zone 6? Okay, shawty, you know what it is. So, it says that police say Big Tigger refused when she asked to take her hands off of him, pushing her out of the office. During the altercation, which authorities say was captured on Ring cameras inside the office. Police state that Big Tigger shoved her, which led to the heart fall headfirst into a door, causing that deep laceration over her eye. Police say that Big Tigger took his wife to an urgent care in DeKalb County to be treated for the head wound that night. Due to the severity of Brown's injuries, warrants state that medical personnel contacted. Remember I told y'all this? Remember I told y'all this is an official police report? I ain't even put that on the screen yet. Remember I told y'all this right here? Look at that part right there, y'all. I told y'all. Now this girl right here running her mouth, she wasn't even trying to snitch. She wasn't even trying to snitch on this nigga. This is the part that everybody got to understand. And smash the like button as y'all come on in here and share the video. She wasn't even trying to snitch on him. Read this part right here, y'all. Read this part right here I put on the screen. Read this. The police say, look at it, y'all, that Big Tigger took his wife to urgent care in DeKalb County to be treated for the head wound that night. Due to the severity of her injuries, the warrant state that the medical personnel contacted the police, not her. She ain't even call the cops on that nigga. She was gonna ride like a G. Come and ride with a G. All through the ATL, come and ride with a G. I gotta grind, don't stop. Hustle won't quit. Grind like no other. I be on some other shit. I got a high price lifestyle, super bad chick. Like it say right here. Decatur wears greater, baby. She wasn't even trying to call the cops. The god daggone hospital called the cops. When asked what caused the laceration, medical officials at the urgent care said Big Tigger answered, but she would not speak. See how she running her mouth? The girl wouldn't say nothing. She wouldn't even snitch on the nigga. She was keeping that shit P. She was keeping it P. She wouldn't even snitch. The hospital seen she was so bad, they was like, nah, we gotta call the cops. She wouldn't speak. Read that line right there. See, this is why they be all on YouTube. Oh, she tried to ruin his life. She wasn't even trying to snitch on that nigga. When they asked her what caused the laceration, the medical officials at the urgent care said Big Tigger answered, not her. She wouldn't speak. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. Silence. It goes on to say Brown was later taken to Grady Hospital for further medical assistance and observation. Right? Right? Now listen to this, y'all. At police headquarters, authorities asked her why she didn't cooperate on the night of May 9th. So she wouldn't cooperate at first. She just gonna be quiet. She stated that she was afraid of what her husband might have done to her. And because he is a well-known person, nobody would believe her. Once again, and what happened when she came on the internet with them injuries? They demonized her, talked shit about her, talked down about her. This is what they do. Y'all see this all across the board to everybody. It's BS, man. All across the board. It's right here in the reports. Read that. At the police headquarters, authorities asked Brown, why didn't you cooperate the night of May 9th? This is a whole month later, y'all. A whole month later. Think about this. She told the cops that she was afraid of what her husband might have done to her. And because he is a well-known person. And nobody will believe her. Which is true. None of y'all believe her. None of y'all believe her. And we all came on here demonizing her, talking all that crazy shit. Warrants also reveal that the youngin was inside the home and could hear everything. That's the game over right there. See, that's the blicky right there. Right there, that's the blicky that transpired between the two because his bedroom was a level above the office. Based on the information presented to law enforcement officials, he was charged with aggravated assault and cruelty to children in the third degree. He was booked into the Fulton County Jail, has since been released, and he posted on social media and said this is false. He said, I say categorically, all these allegations and accusations that have been circulating are false. Right? And then he said him and his co-host we ain't been nothing but friends. And I say he's just a friend. Right? What y'all think they gonna do to this nigga at your job? That tape don't came out today. What y'all think they gonna come on, man? And that's why I be telling brothers every day, bro, tell these Negroes the truth, man. Tell them, bro, listen, they gonna lock your ass up, bro. I'm finna tell y'all, if you put your hands on these women, they're gonna put your ass in prison, bro. It ain't gonna be no pass go, no collect $300. They're going to put you in prison. Look right now, y'all. Look right now. They're going to put you in prison. This man is facing a mandatory minimum of 3 years. He's facing, just on that one charge, maximum 20 years. And when you look at her face, the injuries, the fact that she saw all these different things, and you never know, the cops, they love adding on different charges later on. This is why I be trying to tell y'all, one instance like this that's caught on tape can ruin your entire life and your entire career. That videotape is going to make people not want to rock with him as far as the professional industry. I'm talking about as far as the big wigs that hire these people. Because why? Because now you are considered toxic. That tape is out. This is why you have to have smarter thinking when you have these situations. You in a position of power. You have a big name. You have reputation. Just period. Just in general, man. It don't even matter if you don't. Bro, listen. If you get upset to the point, I saw this shit on Family Matters one time, and I swear to God, Carl Winslow wasn't lying. Carl Winslow used to get so mad, he had to go to classes, and he did it. Remember, he used to do 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? When Eddie Winslow and them used to make him sick, he would have to do a countdown to himself to calm himself down. And this is what you have to do. You literally have to say, you know what? Because I'm finna tell y'all again in this video. Big Tigger, okay. If she find out maybe you had some text messages with another chick, blah, blah, blah. Okay, she divorced you. Okay, cool. You might have to pay. That's the biggest blow. Now, you don't add to a situation to where you got to go to prison. So now, it's going to tax you. You're going to have to go to prison, right? And it's going to hurt your future revenue. And once again, I'm just trying to tell y'all this, right? I'm just trying to tell y'all this, bro. This nigga, that just him doing that is gonna make you lose everything. And why? Because people don't know the law. I swear to God, they don't know the law. They say, "Oh man, this sounds like no. This is the law, nigga. It's right there in the Georgia laws. Look at it, right here. Family violence battery, felony, straight up. Look at it. Look at it, y'all. It applies if the physical contact causes visible bodily harm and substantial pain. Because the victim is a spouse, the charge is automatically elevated to a family violence offense carrying harsher penalties. People, I just told y'all this. And Negroes, they don't want to listen to your boy. I come on here and tell y'all the truth. It went from a simple situation to where you apply and you know, basically you cannot grab, drag, or push your wife. That's your wife. Everybody say, oh, well, you pay for that. Bro, y'all don't understand this. When you say I do, nigga, it ain't yours no more. It ain't yours no more. It's ours. Let me repeat myself again. Nigga, you could have paid for the whole house. Once you say I do, in the great state of Georgia, nigga, it's ours. It ain't yours no more. It's ours. It's ours. So now, even if you want to kick her ass out the house, even if you mad and you say, yo, you got to get out, you can't kick her out. That's your wife. In the state of Georgia, read right here. Unlawful restraint. Here it goes right here. No, excuse me. That's not it. Hold on. In the state of Georgia, put this on here for y'all. In the state of Georgia, y'all see it right here? Right here, civil property rights. This is why I be trying to tell these niggas, man, they ain't gonna get mad at me for kicking game and calling this shit out so other niggas see this, and as soon as they get the moment, they be like, damn, that's that shit Ticket said. He right, let me think about this law. Because I don't need to be losing everything. I'm telling y'all, civil property rights, divorce, and housing law. Georgia courts have repeatedly ruled against self-help evictions. Under Georgia law, both spouses hold an equal right to occupy the marital residence. This right remains true regardless of whose name is on the deed, mortgage, or lease agreement. So when you had all those buffoons on the internet, and bro, our society is fried, my nigga. I'm finna show y'all this. I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna show y'all this, man. I'm finna show y'all. Because it make me so mad. The lack of knowledge and understanding our people have, man. It destroys me, bro. That you got people that's really running around here that don't have no common sense. And it ain't common to have common sense the era we live in. It's disappointing, man. It's disappointing, man. This thing did 1.2 million views. And I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna pop out and show ninjas. Look at the comment section. That thing did 1.2 million views already. It went viral on TMZ's YouTube. Look at it. That's TMZ right there. That's it right there, right? I want y'all to see this. Y'all have to see this, right? Look at this. This is the mentality of our society. Fried. It's like Future said, don't even know what day it is. They don't even know what day it is. They on so many. He say, what I see is him trying to protect his stuff. Nigga, they're married. When you're married, it's your stuff. After she tried to pull it off the stand and knock it off, nigga, she tried to unplug it. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. And he tries to get her out the room, but she's so Billy Badass, her wild movement makes her bump into the door, and she screams like the beast she is. This is the degeneracy we have going on in our world, y'all. This is the absolute foolishness of the mindset. This is why we have a nation full of black folks going straight to prison. And I'm gonna call it how I see it to y'all. These people. Why would you want to be around any of these people on a day-to-day basis? Look at this. Look at this. Look at it. This brother got some sense. He says, "Yo, just walk away. It doesn't matter. Just walk away." He got some common sense, right? Think about this. This one dude says, when I was in elementary school, this is what we heard almost every night. This was a nightmare. The one night my stepdad dove through a window, took a steel plate and opened my mom's dome. I'd be in school and didn't even know what the fuck I was. Fast forward to middle school, he goes on to tell this whole story. See, a lot of y'all are used to seeing this because you used to seeing your daddy whoop on your mama's ass. So you used to this type of shit, right? Look at this. Man spends years building a public image as charming, lovable, and respected, goes home and allegedly becomes someone completely different. Women have to be saying this forever. The man the world sees, the world behind the closed door is never the same person. That's why I be trying to tell y'all, I don't never care for celebrities no more. Because you come on here care for, you don't even know who these people are. I gotta know you. I gotta know you 10 toes solid, nigga. Straight up. Y'all know a public persona. You don't know people behind the scenes. And nobody would have ever thought that Big Tigger, I would have never thought Big Tigger would have did this. Just from watching Big Tigger over y'all, like, oh, Big Tigger cool dude, man. I would have never thought he would have did that. I'll be honest with y'all. Right? Look at this, man. Somebody says, LOL, they had this man in the news like he was whooping this woman. Bro, did you see her face, dog? Did you see her face? Imagine if you grab somebody and bulldoze them into a front door and they face look like her face look, bro. You dudes, something is really wrong with y'all. I'm telling y'all, it needs to be serious. Because, like, when I started doing stories like this, if y'all don't even subscribe to my other channel, if y'all look in the comment section, in the description box of this video, y'all will see my other channels. On my other channels, I talk about this stuff every day, but it don't be just black folks. It be white folks. Bro, it be crazy. So we have some of the most, I don't understand what is going on. It is some serious issues going on in our society with people, how they're thinking, how they're acting, all of these different things. I want y'all to think about something. What if she would have did what Carmelo Anthony did? What would everybody have said? Would they have defended her? They'd have tore her ass up. I want you to think about what I just said. What if she did what Carmelo Anthony did? They would have tore her ass up. they would say, oh, no, that ain't self-defense. What do you mean? This is what I'm trying to look at the comments right here, y'all. Psycho B. They calling her a psycho, and she got grabbed. They call her a psycho, and he's calling her a psycho B-I-T-C, and she got grabbed in the video. Not him. She didn't grab him. She didn't attack him. He attacked her, and she's called a psycho B-I-T. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is the word. And then he says, free Big Tigger. This bird need to find her. These people are crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that's walking amongst us in our society. I really want y'all to think about this. These are the people that's walking amongst us in our society. They thinking like this. I can't stand overly dramatic bees. Bro, can y'all believe this? Can anybody in this comment section believe what y'all, hold on. Do anybody believe what y'all just heard right there? Do anybody believe it? Do anybody believe what this man just said? Right? Do anybody believe it? We live in a demonic world. Demonic. Devilish. Diabolical. Cynical. Sinister. Lord have mercy. Let me show y'all something, man. We literally, and I'm showing y'all this. You have this man gonna say that. I can't stand these overly dramatic. And look at her face, bro. Now imagine what she would have looked like when this first happened. Imagine what she looked like when this first popped off. This is after the things healed up. Are these people out of their mind? This is the insanity that we have. Bro, if that was a couple inches shorter, she would have lost her whole eye. She'd lost her whole eye. If this is a couple inches short, she lost her whole eye. Imagine if she would have hit her eyeball square on that door. She lost her whole eye. And this type of foolishness that we got going, and everybody was sitting there and being quiet, acting like they don't see this shit, man. Bro, and shifting the blame. Let me tell you something. To whom as much is given, much is required. To whom as much is given, much is required. I'm telling y'all, man, the mentality, bro, of this world that we live in, man, is disgusting. It truly is. Look at, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. There's some delusional bees in the comments. She fell and hit the door. She fell and hit the door. Nigga, he pushed her into the door. We saw the video. What the hell is wrong with you? What in the blue hell is wrong with people? This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all wonder why I come here? Tigger, why you be screaming? Because this is the mindset and the mentality of these fools that's running around here in our country. I'm telling y'all this. It is absolutely disgusting. It's disgusting, man. And once you start seeing this stuff, and once you start seeing what's really going on, y'all gonna see. Look at this. Somebody else says, look like she took something of his. What you mean of his, nigga? Listen, people are surmising that she took something that was his. They ain't think, maybe it was hers. Maybe it was both of theirs. They ain't even think about that. They just go right to, oh, well, looks like me. They ain't even say, yo, homie, yo, man, just walk away, nigga. Then look what he say. This is what happens when you allow this type of woman in your life. Nigga, she wasn't even trying to snitch on the nigga. The hospital had to call the cops on that nigga when he took her to the hospital. Y'all, I don't understand what type of fellas we producing in this world today, man. It is sick. What in the world are parenting doing? This is the mindset and the mentality of our society. And I have to show y'all this to show y'all the reality of why I come in here and say the things I say. Because these people are disgusting. Look at this dude, Christian. It don't look like DV to me. And this is why you'll end up going to prison for 20 years if you do the same thing in Georgia. You're going to do the same thing in Georgia, and they'll put your ass in prison for 20 years. You know what you're going to be doing? Man, they doing me dirty. Nah, nigga, it's the law. It's the law, nigga. It's the law. It's the law. Right? Next man says, man, why y'all be putting y'all hands on these women? Bro, that's what I'm trying to figure out. If you know they lock, I want y'all to think about this. If you know they locking niggas up for putting their hands on women, why would you do it? They got a whole place in jail that they have prepared to put niggas who put their hands on, and these niggas keep allowing themselves to go there. And like they roll out the red carpet, we got a whole jail for you niggas. Yeah, I wanna, and guess what? There's no excuses because Big Tigger, he seen the Diddy tape. Nigga, you just saw what Diddy went through. You just saw it. You just saw what that did to his career. Then think about this, y'all. How in the blue hell do you know you got a Ring camera system in your home? In your home, and you do, bro, this is flagrant stupidity, my nigga. You know you got a camera system in your home. Imagine getting sent to prison off your own camera system. Imagine getting sent to prison in your own. Look at this fool. She was on her way out. He was helping her pack. Are you crazy? She was on her way out. Man, these people are fools on the social media, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all think that God is pleased with us, man? Do y'all think this? Look at this shit, man. It's disgusting, man. It really is. Look at the comments. He said this is restraint, not assault. Fool, this is assault. Look at the law. Buddy. Look at the law. These fools don't even know the law, y'all. They just talking. They don't even know the law. If you grab, drag, or push them, it satisfies the statute of simple battery. And if you do it to your spouse, it goes to family violence battery, which ups you to 3 to goddamn 20 years in prison. And you have these weirdos on the internet that will come in here with a straight face and say, oh, this is restraint. Are you out of your mind? This is restraint. Lord Jesus have mercy, man. Lord Jesus have mercy, man. And y'all wonder why brothers losing all their money. Losing everything they work for. Lose their whole reputation. I wonder why. Then these dudes ain't got no brains. The young fellas, they're not raising these young fellas right, man. They're not raising them niggas to have a mind. We raising our people just to be stuck on stupid, man. It's sad. It's sad, man. That bothers me because you know why? It lets y'all know how a lot of these niggas are getting down in their homes. That shit really bothers me, our mentality, man. These people are fried. Fried. Right? Right? This person got some sense. He says, nah, man, his ass was effing wrong. Like, let's not act like the video she released wasn't him beating her. Like, bro, stop. Y'all always want to blame the woman. Why he have to grab her and pick her up? And, bro, if this was in reverse, I'd be on the woman the same way I was on Erica Mena when she did that shit to Safari. She should have been in prison. Same way I did that shit, Sha'Carri Richardson. They didn't care. They made excuses. I don't make no excuses. I'm telling y'all this. All it's going to take is one of these ladies or somebody to have a brother that's on that shit, and he'll come, and you're going to have a whole nother situation. right? Now look at this. Look at this guy right here. Looks like she ain't want to go and started acting a damn fool. What you mean? What did she do? What did she do? That's her house too, nigga. Why she got to go in her own house, idiot? People don't have no brains. I want y'all to really think about what I just said. She in her own house, and they telling her where she got to go. What's wrong? They acting like she's some type of side chick. She the wife. And y'all saying all this shit, why didn't Big Tigger divorce her? See? The nigga ain't never going to hold that shit accountable. If all this shit people saying about her is true, why Big Tigger ain't never divorced her? They don't want to have that conversation. These people ain't had no critical thinking skills. This is the society and the world that we live in, and it's sad, y'all. It's sad that in the year of 2026, people's minds are like this. And y'all have to see this. It looked that bad. No common sense. No moral ethics. No human decency. All fucking excuses. That's it. Then look at this one. My thing is, why do women stick around? I mean, y'all know how these are. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep going, man. Right? She says a pool she went to destroy his setup. What you mean she went to destroy his setup? How you know it was his setup? How you don't know it was their setup? She said they both paid for it. See how everybody just talking shit on the internet? Look at them, y'all. She said they both paid for that computer system. She's unplugging it. She wasn't trying to break it or damage it. Right? But they more worried about that. Talking about something, and he trying to move her out the room. Nigga, that's illegal. that is illegal. Don't you know? Hold on. I want to say this to all these niggas that's listening. Don't you know that in the state of Georgia, if you trap your wife in a room and don't allow her to leave, that's kidnapping. Let me say this again. If your wife, nigga, we in 2026. See, this is why a lot of people go into prison because they don't know the law. If you trap your wife in a room and do not allow her to leave and force her against her will, meaning that you lock the door and block the door, that's kidnapping. Don't you know if you physically remove your wife from a room in your house with your wife, even if you paid for the mortgage, even if you paid all the bills, you going to prison. You going to prison. You going to prison. And if she have this, you facing 3 to 20. You facing 3 to 20. I don't think people understand that. This dude is sitting up here. Shout out to the new subscribers too. This dude is coming up here with a straight face, talking about she hit the door. Nigga, what did she fly in the door by herself? What is wrong with these people, bro? Bro, well, we'll see when he's in prison. When he's in prison doing time, we'll see how that theory goes. Right? The girl says right here, she says, I'm bleeding, so take a picture. He said no, and it looks like she grabs her phone and he tries to stop her. No, it wasn't the phone. She grabbed that computer system. And I think she was trying to take that goddamn camera thing so she have proof. Because remember, they have a home camera system, according to the police report. That's what I think she was trying to do. Right? Look at this. These hoes be quick to try to mess up. That's his wife. So now she's a hoe. That's that man's wife. Now she's a hoe. Look at these guys. This is what I told y'all. Fucking buffoonery, man. Excuse my French. Oui, oui. He can't even write. These hoes be quick to mess up a man's empire. Bro, she wasn't even trying to snitch on the nigga. He had to take it to the hospital. The hospital called the cops. See how these people do on the internet? This is how they do on the internet, y'all. They don't even want to get the whole true story. They come on the internet and start talking shit. And think about it. All that stuff they say about her. Oh, she's a problem. She this, she that. So why did Big Tigger not divorce her? If she was doing all these things y'all said she was doing, if she was this problematic, why did Big Tigger stay married to her? Okay, shut up. Shut your mouth. I shut all that down easy. All the people that come in here in the comment section, Tigger, but you got to know her story. Okay, why did Big Tigger not divorce her? Well, shut up. I don't want to hear nothing from you. Shut your mouth. If that's what Big Tigger like, don't come over here getting arguing with me. That was his wife. Period. That's who he chose to marry and spend the rest of his life with. If he like it, shit, I love it. The hell is wrong with these people? What's wrong with this? Then, look at this. They say she hit the door. They act like this woman went and banged her own head on the door. This is the problem we have in America, ladies and gentlemen. I try to show y'all this. This is sad, bro. I have over thousands of comments saying the same thing. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is why our divorce rate and the marriage rate all-time lows. This is why. Because the minds ain't being functioned no more the right way. People not being raised right no more. Raised in a hooligan, savage mentality. We're not living in a day where a man act like a man. Right? A gentleman. Right? Absolute savagery. Modern day disgust. Right? Right? Think about what I just said to y'all now. Think about what I just said to y'all. And y'all only see this because it gets caught on videotape. They making it seem like she ran into the door by herself. Like this nigga didn't jump over top of her and cause her to go into the door. Matter of fact, man, you know what? I'm going to do it for the, you know what? I do it for the hood. It's just like I do it for TV, nigga. Let me put this on the screen. Hold on. Since these niggas out here talking crazy. So y'all going to tell me, hold on. Because I know this is what y'all ain't trying to do. Hold on. Y'all going to tell me. Put up on the screen. Y'all going to tell me. All you got to do is look at that back part right there. He got her. So how she fall into the door by herself and he's got her? Right there where my arrow's at. He got her right there. How she just fall into a door when he dragged her from over here all the way to the door? Man, she fell and hit her head at the door, nigga. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas, man. Bro, again, man. Again. And when you speak out against this stuff, and niggas try to say, hey, man, nigga, sit down and shut up. Y'all ain't doing nothing but sending a bunch of our young people straight to prison. Straight to a devil's hell. That's where y'all sending them. With y'all foolishness. You niggas are the worst part of society I've ever seen. Period. Period. Right? Think about this. And some people say, why a woman choosing to bear? Well, don't you think that somebody new to this, they not always going to choose that? Sometimes you don't find out about something until you get into a marriage. Some people in here, you didn't know that your husband or your wife was going to be abusive until you got a year or 2 years into a marriage. You didn't know that. The whole time y'all was dating, you didn't know that. As soon as y'all get married and y'all really got to link up in that house and y'all really start, and then everything else, all the other factors come into being in a marriage, bills, all these other things, accounts, all these other things. Now, the dynamics change drastically. The emotions change. People start acting crazy, possessive, deranged, insane. But y'all don't want me to tell y'all this truth. Y'all want somebody to come on here, lie to y'all, and act like they're going to be cool with a bunch of the fucking go along, get along gang. No dice. That's the best word Kwame Brown ever made. Go along, get along. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm telling y'all what it is. Right? Peep what I said to y'all. Peep what I said. He got on the thing and said, ain't nothing happened. I ain't do nothing. Nigga, you on tape. Did you forget you got a home Ring camera system? And y'all wait till if it go to court, woof, and she got to testify, they might get this nigga 20. Ain't no walking this shit back now. But y'all can see she's over in the door. Bro, these niggas is acting like, look at this, y'all. They acting like he ain't walk her over there. Look at this. I want y'all to see this. Everybody, with a straight face. Hold on. Because, see, I'm finna show y'all something. With a straight face, I'm going to show y'all this. Look, ladies and gentlemen. They trying to tell y'all. They trying to play on the emotions like black folk ain't got no common sense. And they want to dumb people down and make people think. Look, and I'm telling y'all I'm telling y'all something that'll keep your son from doing 20 years in prison. And these conversations need to be had. Son, you need to walk away. Telling y'all this. They ain't having no conversation. You know what they doing? Making excuses. Calling them hoes, bees, and all that. Now I want y'all to see something. Look how this man walks her over there. He walks her. Look now. Not even walks. He drags her. Look. He's got her right here. You telling me he ain't got her right there? Look at that. Bro, what are we doing? You go all the way back over there. What are we doing, dog? He still got her. But I tell y'all, man, something really wrong with these people, man. And then, boom, right there into the door. Come on, man. I won't show that part for YouTube purposes. And they ain't here capping. They on the internet capping. And I'm going to say it again. Let's just keep it 100, y'all. She was looking at the wall. They act like she was attacking him. Look, y'all. She's looking at the wall. That's her right there. That's her. She's looking at the wall. He's over here. He's over here. He goes over to her and initiates the contact. Law broken right there. Right there. Once you do this, and she says, yo, get your hands off me. Because look, you can see it in his hand right here. He got that Apple hard drive. If I'm not mistaken, that's an Apple hard drive right there in his hands. If I'm not mistaken. Right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can point out to y'all. Right here. Y'all see that? I believe that's an Apple hard drive in his hands. I can't 100% make it out. It was like that's an Apple hard drive in Big Tigger's hands. You tell me. She's not even looking at him. She's looking at the mirror. So he's got that Apple hard drive in his hands. She looking at the mirror. Peep game now. Peep game. Peep game. Peep game. And any nigga can tell you, oh man, something wrong with her. No. Bro, cut it out. Cut it out. So he goes over to her. Let's look. He drops that and goes over and confronts her, right? She turns around. She's got her hands down. So this is just like a conversation right here. Look, he backs up. She's not even being aggressive. She's not waving her hands. She's not doing none of that shit. She's telling him, take a picture. I'm bleeding, take a picture. Right? Now, peep what I'm saying to y'all now. He then initiates the contact. This is why he going to prison right here. Right here. Look, y'all. She turns around the other way. And then he goes at her. Right? Think about what I said. Think about what I just told y'all. Game over right there. Once he did that, y'all people, like I said to y'all, man, they don't want to listen. But then when you tell these people the truth, it's a problem. Look, he's all on her. I'm showing you in frames. Look at it. Look at it. Come on, bro. And they trying to tell y'all, oh yeah, she went to the door, man. Bro, that's crazy. It would have been something else if she was swinging on him or something like that, and he tried to grab her to stop her from swinging on her. Ain't want none of that, bro. Big Tigger should have just went and walked out and said, okay, you don't want to give me the... Okay, cool. Boom. Call the cops. That's it. That nigga would not be going to prison right now if he would have just called the cops. He could have took the L on the messages. He could have just let her vent. Be like, all right, babe, you know what? You got me, man. My bad. You know, I apologize. Whatever. Nope. Trying to tell y'all this, man. Y'all wonder why nigga going to prison every day. Think about this, y'all. If somebody told you for that, you can go to prison for 20 years. 20 years. Big Tigger's 50 years old. He facing 21 years. If they hit that nigga with 11, that's treacherous if they hit this nigga with 11. If they hit him with 11, it's treacherous, right? If they hit him with 11, look at this right here, y'all. It's treacherous. It's treacherous. So now when I found out that she wasn't even trying to snitch on that nigga, bro, the goddamn hospital asked that girl, yo, what happened to you? She ain't say nothing. Think about that. She stuck to the code. She ain't even say nothing. They calling her all types of hoes and stuff online. That's that man's wife. And she literally stuck to the code, didn't say nothing. She didn't even call the cops. If it wasn't for the hospital, she'd have never called the cops. And they calling her a hoe. And she got hit. If it wasn't for the hospital, she wouldn't have called the cops. She would not have called the cops. Once you go in the hospital, I'm telling you right now, if it's a stab, if it's that type of wound, a gunshot wound, something like that, they gonna call the cops instantly. The hospital has a duty to do that. They're gonna do that. They're gonna call the cops. And they'll get your ass up out of there. I'm telling you this. They're gonna call the cops. They'll get your ass up out of there, dog. No doubt about it. Ain't no spin on it. Ain't no other way around it. They gonna get your ass up out of there. Right? I'm telling you. So when you get married, you got to think about all these things. You got to think about, man, I might have to go to prison if I do anything, which is why you shouldn't even have this on your spirit. It shouldn't even be on your soul. Right? Shouldn't even be in your mind. Now let's talk about this weirdo right here. Mike Jeffries. Yeah, this guy right. Let's talk about him. We got to talk about Mr. Mike Jeffries because we got an update on him. Oh, yeah, we got an update on him. That's the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch. That's right, you guys. So if y'all don't remember this guy, right, there's an update on his case, right? There's an update on his case. Now, if you guys don't remember who this guy is, let me refresh your memory. There was a federal 16-count indictment that was unsealed by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, which outlined a highly coordinated multi-million-dollar international sex trafficking ring and prostitution business operated between December of 2008 and March of 2015. Now, the detailed allegations against this man, right, who was a former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jeffries, and his boy toy romantic partner, Matthew Smith, and their middleman, James Jacobson, are structured around specific roles and alleged manipulative tactics that they were using on young fellas. So, Mr. Jacobson, right, James Jacobson, the alleged middleman, he was the alleged recruiter. He allegedly scouted and targeted financially vulnerable, 19-year-old brothers, men, who aspired to have modeling careers in the fashion industry. So he used the allure of Abercrombie and Fitch modeling opportunities to trick them into auditions under the guise of a career interview. And Mr. Jacobson required these men to perform and undergo sexual activities with him first as a tryout before they could be approved to meet the man on the right-hand side of your screen, Mr. Jeffries and Mr. Smith, right? So the tactics that these guys was using, Mr. Jeffries and Mr. Matthew Smith, which they called the sex events, was career coercion. Now, once approved, the men were flown to Mr. Jeffries' residences in New York and luxury hotels worldwide, including England, France, Italy, Morocco, St. Bart's, and they were led to believe that cooperating would secure them modeling gigs, while resisting would destroy their career prospects. The indictment states that the victims were heavily pressured to consume alcohol, Viagra, and poppers. On multiple occasions, when victims were physically unable or unwilling to consent, Mike Jeffries and Mr. Smith allegedly personally injected them or directed the staff to inject their beefcakes with substances that made them rock hard, causing painful, long-hour physical reactions. Mr. Jeffries and Mr. Smith, the two boy toys, allegedly hired a secret security staff that was tasked with monitoring the perimeter of these events. Staff members forcibly prevented the men from leaving until Mr. Jeffries and Mr. Smith allegedly officially concluded these sexual sessions. Upon entering the properties, the victims were forced to hand over all personal items, including cell phones, to prevent any photo or video documentation. The trio of men forced the young men to sign strict non-disclosure agreements before the sexual events began, leveraging the threat of legal career ruin to silence them. Mr. Jeffries on your screen allegedly spent millions of dollars of his own wealth in corporate infrastructure to fund the security, international travel, and hotel accommodations necessary to keep the operation completely hidden. Separate from that criminal trial, civil lawsuits were brought forth by 40 different victims claiming that Mr. Jeffries began this pattern of abuse as early as the 1990s. These lawsuits allege that Abercrombie & Fitch, as a corporation, acted with gross negligence, effectively funding and facilitating Mr. Jeffries' casting couch operation by turning a blind eye to his use of corporate resources for predatory behavior, right? So, Mr. Jeffries here, who's now a little bit older in age, he asked the judge to not allow him to even have a trial. He tried to claim that he was mentally incompetent to be held at trial, even though he had enough mental competency to get a bail and to leave out on bond, right? This is the day he left out on bond right here, right? He had enough competence to sign those paperwork to get out on bond, but he says he told the judge that, hey, man, I ain't competent enough to go to trial, right? So the judge is currently weighing his final decision on that. But the other two guys that I told y'all about, his boy toy and the alleged middleman, the other guy, their jury selection is coming up, y'all. The jury selection, and I will be covering this trial. The jury selection is currently scheduled for October the 26th of this year. The trial is expected to move forward with the other two co-defendants, and they're waiting on a decision on this guy right here, right? As his romantic partner, Matthew Smith, and alleged middleman, James Jacobson, right? Even if Jeffries himself is eventually ruled incompetent to stand trial, the other two men are going to face trial. They've all pled not guilty. Now, Jeffries was initially ruled unfit. Initially, he was ruled unfit for trial in May 2025 due to a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease, Lewy body dementia, and a traumatic brain injury. However, after a court-ordered 4-month stay at a federal medical prison facility, the Bureau of Prisons doctors declared him competent. So the doctors at the prison said, no, this dude's competent. He can go to trial. He's competent. She ain't nothing wrong with him. He can take his ass to trial right now. What the hell wrong with this guy? But you have the incriminating, prison tapes, which during a heavily contested 4-day competency hearing, prosecutors introduced over 100 recorded prison calls with these guys. In the audio, Mr. Jeffries was heard warning his partner that they were screwed and in big trouble if he was found mentally fit to see trial. Prosecutors have used these tapes to argue that he is exaggerating his cognitive decline to evade justice. A final ruling from the United States District Judge on whether Jeffries will face the October trial is expected to be coming very soon, which I hope he is. Ruled that he has to face this trial, because he should. He should face a trial. Why not? You know what I'm saying? If you catch him on jail phones like that and the people said he's competent, his ass need to go to trial. Point blank period. We ain't no way around this. A court ruled that Abercrombie and Fitch must fund Mr. Jeffries' multi-million-dollar criminal defense due to a prior corporate indemnification agreement. Concurrently, the brand is fighting civil lawsuits from victims claiming that the company negligently funded and facilitated the alleged trafficking operation. Right? So this situation with this guy, I think they're going to put him in the twist with his other boys. And I think they're going to make his ass go to trial. They got him on tapes. If they say he's mentally incompetent after those tapes was released, where he was saying this stuff on prison phones, on tapes. 100 calls, they said. And after he was ruled to be competent, then y'all know the fix is in. Because his 2 boys got to face trial. So why he shouldn't face trial? He was the main guy, they saying. So why he shouldn't face trial? Oh, no, he got to take his ass up to the trial, and we will be covering this case. Jury duties on October the 26th. So y'all need to be checked in, because we are going to be covering this case on this channel. Because the allegations from the dudes was sickening. The dudes was alleging that these dudes was making them give BJs and all kind of stuff, man. They're just nasty work, man. Said that they was giving these dudes full force, full body enemas. Getting their guts open, pause, so that they were cleaned out for whenever they was going to do they do. Allegedly lubing up and all this other stuff. Come on, man. Bro, like I said before, they need to see and they need to go before a federal court system, man. No question about it. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So we will be covering this case. Hopefully y'all are going to watch us when we cover this case. Because this is a big case right here. You had all these dudes that said, and the stuff that's going to come out during this case, nasty work. Nasty work. Very nasty. Very nasty. Right? And, those young men deserve justice. Point blank period. They deserve justice. Because you shouldn't be subject to this type of alleged sinister activity, man. Right? They talking about they was in, I don't even want to say it, bro. That's just nasty, bro. Now, Pastor Jamal Bryant. Pastor Jamal Bryant, right? He's facing backlash, according to the reports, as a mother of his son is now claiming that this man's last child support payment was only $96, you guys. Now, remember, we talked about Faison Love, the actor, the other day, and, bro, I couldn't believe myself. When I heard, and before we even get into Pastor Jamal Bryant, when I heard that they said Faison Love paid 11 cents 11 cents, one payment in child support? Bro, I said, man, no way, bro. Bro, they said the man paid 11 cents, bro. No dice, bro. No dice, man. No dice, bro. And then Tasha K ran that. Bro, Tasha K ain't right, man. Tasha K had the dude's baby mama go up there and say, Tasha K had Big Worm with the perm, Face on Love, baby mama go up there on the air and say that this man left streak stains all over the bed. Lord have mercy. Come on, man. Talking about some, with his arms, because he was so big, she don't think he could reach. Man, that's just disgusting. That shit's low down, man. And when she talked about him like that, the first thing I thought, y'all? My thought was, well, why you with him then? But you was with him, though. Like, you dogging him out, but you was with him. You dogging dude out, but you was right there with him, though. And you got pregnant by him. You was right there with him, and you got pregnant by him. So, when you talk about stains, I mean, you was there. So, did you complain about the stains in that moment? See, if you didn't complain about the alleged stains then, you can't then come back now and talk about, oh, yeah, man, he was putting stains on the bed. You was laying in it. Anyways, though, man, back to this situation, right? I said people just nasty, man. I'm trying to tell y'all this, man. But Pastor Jamal Bryant, he facing backlash as a mother. His son claims his last child support payment was $96. That's it. It says Latoya Shanti Odom publicly accuses high-profile megachurch leader of failing to show up emotionally and financially for their youngin', John Carson Bryant. It says, in a new interview with Tasha K, Odom claims that Bryant has never been present in the nearly 11-year-old boy's life, turning a long-running private family dispute into a fresh public conversation about fatherhood, accountability, and the gap between a pastor's public message and private allegations. Odom also alleged that Bryant's financial support has been minimal, saying the last payment I received was $96. Her most emotional claims centered on their son's reported desire to meet his father. And John loves him, Odom said. One day he told me, he said, Mommy, I love you and I love my daddy. Odom said the child was only 2 years old when he asked to see Bryant, prompting her to bring him to Atlanta. John really believes his daddy. This is what he said at 2 years. He said, Mommy, I want to go see my daddy. So I dressed him up at 2. Pastor Bryant, was in Atlanta, and I took him. Do you know Jamal never touched him? Just looked at him. They had a staring contest, she said. Bryant has not publicly responded to Mrs. Odom's latest allegations. A spokesperson for the pastor reportedly did not immediately respond when contacted for comment. These claims revive a controversy that dates back to 2016, when Odom publicly presented what she said was a DNA test showing that 99.99999% probability that Reverend Bryant or Pastor Bryant was John's father. At that time, she also alleged that Bryant asked her to terminate the pregnancy, a claim that she did not directly address publicly. The renewed allegations come as Bryant remains one of the country's most visible faith leaders. He serves as a senior pastor at a New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stone West, Georgia, and has recently been at the center of national conversations around black spending power after helping lead Target fast and boycott over DEI concerns. Or Target led, I should say, right? Lead the Target fast and boycott over DEI concerns. That public role is a part of what makes Odom's accusations especially explosive. Bryant has also often spoken about family, community, responsibility, and importance of black men being present. Odom's claims now challenge that image, framing the issue not as church gossip, but as a question of whether public leadership should match private accountability. For now, Bryant remains silent as Odom's interview continues stirring conversation online. right? And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all on this channel, bro. If you a pastor and you out here telling the congregation to do something, bro, you gotta lead by example, bro. And I'm not saying he did because I don't know the full background, but I'm just saying if that's what you did, then you need to stand on business. You need to stand on business, right? You need to stand on business, right? Straight like that. You need to stand on business, right? So again, I'm just telling y'all what's up, man. Right? You can't be out here allegedly telling the girl, hey, you gotta do it. And then you preaching another thing in the church, man. This is why people don't even believe in the church. If that's the case, this is the reason. This is the big reason why people are leaving the church. Come on, man. You gotta keep it real at all times. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, these allegations are not true. You know? But it's some strong allegations, man. And again, when you supposed to be a leader like that, I'm trying to tell you, man, like especially like you, bro, come on, man. Why is it always got to be something alleged with some of these mega pastors? That I don't understand it for the life of me. I truly don't. That's why, bro, this is wild to me, bro. Maybe y'all understand it better than I do. Right? I just can't, I don't understand, you know, some of these things. And just keep it real with you. I don't. You guys, y'all definitely let me know what y'all feel on this. I want to know what y'all think about this. You know, everything we talked about. Let me know what y'all think in this video. Y'all know what's up, man. And shout out to everybody who supported the stream. You know, y'all support the video. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all y'all who come in here, man, and show love and chop it up with your boy, man. Let's get a couple of thousand likes in this video. You dig? So I appreciate all y'all. Y'all know what's up, man. Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this